Hey guys, it's Mike, the head of Growth at Heartbeat, and in this weekly update, two things I want to hit you with. One, some amazing under the hood improvements come to Pulse that are live across all communities right now that are going to help you build faster than ever before, and a reminder about some super sweet office hours coming up where you can head and spend some time with yours truly to get your growth questions answered. Let's get right into it. Well, it certainly looks like you guys are trying to make me make this a recurring session. I've said all along I love doing these growth office hours, but I'm not sure if there's enough interest for me to make them a recurring thing. And well, last time we had 45 people, and so far this is next week, and there's already 63 people RSVP'd for the upcoming growth office hour. I think you're sending me a message. But you know what? Bring it. I am so excited to come help you guys answer the growth questions that you have related to pricing, promotion, the product structuring, and how are you placing that offer out in the marketplace. Anything related to marketing or growth systems that you might need help with, I am happy to answer them. So if you haven't seen this, by the way, coming up Wednesday, March 18th is the Growth Office Hours. This will be the second one that we've done. This is once is a test, twice is the beginning of a pattern. And if this one goes as well as it looks like it's going to, I might make this a recurring session. So if you want that to happen, join us 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday, March 18th. Bring your questions. It's very informal. It's a Zoom call, not a live stream. It's just us community builders in a room together working out some of the real, very real stuff around what it takes to grow a community successfully. So if that sounds good to you, I hope to see you there. And if this has been any indication, guys, I look back at the reviews. Thank you to everybody. Ashley, Eva, Marilyn, Sade, Kristen, Layla, Eleanor, Kim, and Nashira, who said this was a great session. You guys just heaped some praise on it. It really means a lot to me to see that this was an impactful session for you, and that's why I am excited to do the next one coming up on next Wednesday. So now let's get into the Pulse updates that we have shipped for you guys. If you haven't seen it, you might have noticed Pulse has got a new home. It's always, as always before, this is a brand new demo community, by the way. It's always up here in the top right, this little flubbery icon here, but we have now added it here on the left sidebar to make it easier than ever to navigate your conversations as you build out your community. For anybody who's new, or let's say you haven't started a free trial yet, but you're on this newsletter, or you started a trial and it lapsed and you kind of want to start a new trial, whatever you're looking to do, this is what the new Pulse Kickstart looks like. And this is relevant even to those of us who are old hat community builders, because while this is a new interface for brand new trials, it is the same logic that will happen behind every conversation that you have with Pulse, even if your community's been around for 3 years like mine has. So in here, when you first start, we've made some fundamental improvements. In addition to the location change, it's there because we want you guys to use it more prolifically, because what we've changed is that Pulse is less now the one-way dictation where you're like, Pulse, do a thing, and it does a thing for you. It is now going to converse with you and ask you questions. So back and forth, you now have a true sidekick. You're still in the driver's seat. You're still calling all the shots, but Pulse is now going to be more diagnostic. And let me show you a little bit about what that looks like. So if we wanted to build a brand new community, this is probably the easiest way to demo this dynamic for you. We're just going to sign up and we're going to get started. You'll notice right away, Pulse is trying to diagnostically create a plan for you as far as shaping the conversations and keeping you organized. Because if you're like me, you've probably got a bunch of tabs open in your browser right now, and you're going to have a bunch of Pulse conversations going because you have a lot of different pieces of your community to work on. If I click continue here, you're going to enter the launch pad and you're going to start a brand new community by picking kind of this general theme of what you're looking to do. So let's say, all right, I know what I want to build, let's build it. This is great for folks who are coming into Heartbeat knowing with a vision of what they want to do. You can just describe the community, review a plan, and build it. And then inside about, 20 to 45 minutes, you should get most of your vision framed out and ready to go. If you're not sure what to build, if you're just exploring, this is a great way to get clarity. Think of it as all of the wisdom that I could put into Pulse, that our product managers could put into Pulse, and that our founders could put into from what we've seen other communities need to succeed. It's here to help diagnose and shape your thoughts a little bit and then get you into the building so that you come out with the best possible outcome right away. So let's start with, I need a little bit of help. Let's just go right in there. Let's get started here. So Pulse is now knowing a bit about when I stood up this trial, there's some onboarding questions about who I am and what I'm doing. Pulse is now putting this plan together, and it's going to ask some diagnostic questions, right? So you'll notice right now, Pulse is not just a little tiny sidebar chat thing anymore. Pulse is really interactive, and we wanted to make it more than just an AI chatbot because we never designed it to be a chatbot. We designed it to be a way for you to control and get into all the different aspects of the software. So the first question it's trying to figure out here is like, what type of coaching program or course are you thinking about creating? It's asking this question of me because when I started this community, I identified that I do a lot of coaching and consulting. And it's now building off of that question. It's not rehashing. It's not starting from scratch. It knows. And now it's asking me a question to help us move forward. So I say, okay, let's say I want to do an ongoing membership with coaching calls. Okay, cool. Pulse says, very good. And I say, who is your ideal student or client? Complete beginners new to the topic. I definitely want to start with newbies. And what is the main goal of the community here? I really do want recurring revenue from memberships. I think that's probably the most powerful thing that I can do. So I'm going to select this one for this example. And as you can see here, as we progress, the plan bar on the right-hand side is beginning to progress as we are going through, so you know how much progress you're making. Also here, let's say a couple more questions. What topic? I'm going to go over business and entrepreneurship because I am a marketing person. This is me rebuilding a community, by the way, if I were doing it from scratch today. And how hands-on do you want to be with members? This is great because let's say you hadn't thought about this yet, or you want to revisit your thinking on this for reframing the actual product structure. Weekly live group coaching, that's something I've done in the past. Monthly check-ins with async support, okay, that's a little bit further back. Daily engagement in the community or bi-weekly calls with homework, interesting. I think I'm going to stick with, let's do monthly check-ins with async support. And what should members get for their monthly investment? This is a great question. By the way, guys, these are not canned questions. These are dynamically kind of framed as Pulse keeps learning. So this is not just a linear predetermined flow. Pulses, you might get different questions than I did here. It's diagnosing, then I said this in my last office hours, that recurring payment requires recurring delivery of value. Pulse knows this, maybe because I told it. And Pulse is now saying, hey, what are they going to get for that monthly investment? Live coaching calls, community access, coaching calls, courses and community resources and occasional calls, all access. Let's say I want to do live coaching calls and community access. Okay. I'm picking this on the fly, guys, just so you know. And this is the live load time as you move through this. So Pulse is noodling, it's thinking through, it's refining the plan on the go as more information is coming in. What specific business transformation? Do I want them to launch? Do I want them to scale from 0 to 10 to 10,000? Yeah, I definitely want to go from that space. And then let's see, what is the estimated value of this transformation? Well, if they're going to over $10,000 in revenue, I'm going to think like a marketer for a minute, and at very least, it should be, the ROI should be, like when you buy a business, you pay more than the current revenue of the business generally. So if they make it to 10,000, I'd say it's probably new revenue and efficiency gains is where I'm going to focus this offer right now. Yeah, guys, this is me. Why I'm vamping this is I want you to hear the fact that this is actually helping me think. This is not like I didn't pre-download the flow and then I'm just kind of mocking this out for you. You can see how it's actually making me think. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm making all the choices. Pulse isn't telling me what I want. I'm telling Pulse what I want. And that's the really cool thing about this is that this exchange of information is now the new norm for Pulse. And what it's done here is it's generated two different plan options for what we can create. Based on the feedback of my onboarding and the questions you just saw me answer, it's suggesting plan 1 is a launch-ready revenue scale membership, a complete membership in 2 weeks. It has one paid tier, revenue scaling community, monthly coaching calls, and member onboarding flows. It can make that. Or a premium revenue accelerator. This is more high touch, $297 a month. This is pulling data off of what we've seen succeed when we built specific specs of what good communities look like. It's not learning off of you. It's not learning off of the community next door to you in the database that didn't do well. It's not going to have bad data inputs. We defined it by humans reviewing success and talking with people that have actually done it and gone the distance. All right, so we're about 8% through. I got to pick the plan now. I think I want to make this a high-touch offer, so I'm actually going with plan 2. And so what it's doing now is you can see here on the sidebar, we have now loaded up all of the tasks related to achieving this premium revenue accelerator as the stand-up. Guys, I'm about 5 minutes into this demo, and I'm already everything that we need to start moving through launching this community. More questions are related here. If we ever don't see an answer I like here, we can always chat in. What should we call the premium? I don't like these names. Not a fan of these names. can we call it like, I don't know, income fire or something like that, or something. So now I submitted that. I didn't even choose the answer that Pulse, one of the answers that Pulse provided. I gave an open-ended thing, and it's going through some branding. It's taking that feedback, and it is still moving through the program, but it is focused at getting me there quickly and accepting that my inputs were more important than the few options that it presented. And as always, what has not changed is you are in the driver's seat. Nothing is built until you approve the thing. Let's say, okay, update community settings, update for the income fire, premium fire themed logo. I like that. And a premium color scheme with deep blues and gold accents. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. You can minus off any of the actions here that you don't like, by the way. And this is a new UI you'll see across, even if you've been an old hat at this community building thing and you've been using Pulse for a while. But I'm going to approve all three. And boom, what it did immediately is updated the community settings. You can see we've got some income. The gold accents is there. We've got the deep blue now. In the upgrade button is showing the CTAs. And awesome, it's moving forward now. Let's see. I think struggling startups, consistent 10K months. Yeah, join successful entrepreneurs building this. I think scaling, but I like the language of that one better, so I'm just going to select that one. And you get the general sense. And as you can see on the right side here, guys, as we are going through customizing the community as the first project, it is crossing off the things that we are successfully doing. It is successfully walking us through a tailored process. And it does this no matter what type of chat that you want to do and no matter how established your community is. So I'm updating some settings here. We could continue going at this for about 20 or 30 minutes, but this is the general flow. After we're done with the step one, you can see right here, we are now completed with customization and we are moving into designing the premium membership. It is in progress right now. You can see Pulse is almost ready setting up the community settings. It's going to create the offer. We already agreed $297. And I'm just going to move that through. And look at this. We're already crossing 3 out of 4 items off the list. Almost as fast as I can narrate what's happening, Pulse is building the outcomes for what is coming next. And I absolutely love this. Now we're going to build the premium experience, including the events and the coaching replays. It's under the channel build out. It's also prompting me to connect Stripe because this is a brand new community. We haven't set up Heartbeat payments yet, but we got to get paid. So we got to set that up. But before I do that, guys, this is what the new Pulse experience is like. It puts you in the driver's seat, but it allows Pulse to converse with you. It's not just a virtual assistant, which it's good at. It is now an advisor with you making ultimate decision-making authority. The amazing thing here is this Launchpad custom structure is designed to help organize all the possible ways that you can use Pulse. Again, it's not about giving you more to the point of feeling overwhelmed. It's about empowering you to achieve more. Inputs are only as good as the outcomes they achieve. The goal with this Pulse update is to get your outcomes to be higher leverage and you building even more revenue from your community. And last but not least, I got to shout out the fact that we've updated all our social handles. So we got YouTube, we got LinkedIn, we got Instagram out there in the world. And Instagram in particular, guys, we had to spin up a new account because, well, our old account got kind of hacked a little bit and we couldn't get access to it. Thanks, social media, for all of that. This is why, guys, it's good to grow on social, but it's important to have your community in a space that you own, because sometimes stuff like this happens, even to companies like Heartbeat. So this is all to say we've spun up a new Instagram account. All of our social handles are now centralized around join.heartbeat, so you can find us anywhere on socials with that handle. Definitely give us a follow when you can. And that is everything that I have for you guys in this weekly update. As always, I'm Mike, the head of growth at Heartbeat, and I'm going to see you guys next time.